Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled to have you here today because we're going to dive into what is easily one of the most highly debated nights in recent women's basketball history. We are talking about one single game, three of the absolute biggest names in the sport right now, and a night that quite literally set social media on fire. Today, we're going to break down the anatomy of this massive viral WNBA moment involving Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Sophie Cunningham.
Now, if you've been anywhere near a screen lately, you've definitely seen the sensational headlines. You've probably seen the heated debates surrounding the specific game. And it's supernatural to be wondering, what actually happened out there on the court? Well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to cut through all that noise and give you a completely neutral, objective breakdown of exactly how this event unfolded, piece by piece. We really want to get into the mechanics of a modern sports controversy. To do that, we need to look at the three absolute focal points of this incredibly fast-paced, high-intensity matchup. First up, we had Angel Reese, whose furious reaction really became the centerpiece of the night's drama. Then, of course, you've got Caitlin Clark, who is operating under this intense, almost unprecedented microscope where literally every movement is scrutinized. And finally, Sophie Cunningham, who suddenly found herself right at the center of this basketball conversation by bringing some seriously heavy physical energy to the floor. These three figures entirely commanded the spotlight. Section 1. The viral WNBA matchup, a night to remember. Let's set the stage. This simple, undeniable truth here is that this was not just your standard run-of-the-mill regular season game. Not even close. Cameras were absolutely everywhere, documenting every possible angle. The crowd in that arena was just electric. And almost instantly, social media exploded. Every single moment of this matchup was being replayed, meticulously analyzed, heavily debated by fans, and immediately turned into a headline. It was the kind of event that had people arguing long after the final buzzer sounded. Section 2. A historic rivalry. Years in the making. Okay, so to truly grasp why this matchup caught fire the way it did, we've got to pull back a bit and look at the timeline of this dynamic. You see, the rivalry between Reese and Clark isn't just about one game or even one professional season. It actually started back in their college years. Two young stars capturing national attention and building two unyielding fan bases that just refused to back down. And when they entered the WNBA, that intense rivalry followed them right into the professional ranks. So now at the pro level, every single matchup between them isn't just a game. It becomes a major, completely unmissable event. Section 3. Contrasting styles. Clash on the court. So a really crucial piece of this puzzle is how fundamentally different these two athletes are on the hardwood. Their differences naturally create friction, right? And it makes for fascinating matchups. On one side, you have Caitlin Clark, who is famous for her perimeter finesse. We're talking deep three-pointers, pinpoint passing vision, and this crazy ability to completely change the momentum of a game in just seconds. On the other side, Angel Reese has built her reputation on interior dominance. She is powerful inside the paint, relentless on the boards, highly physical, and just immensely confident. It's a classic clash of styles. Section 4. Controversial moment. Breaking down the play. Zooming back into the micro level of this specific game, let's break down exactly what happened. The sequence kicked off with the exact kind of intensity fans expected, fast pace and high physicality, with Cunningham really bringing that noted physical energy. And as this highly physical sequence unfolds, we hit a controversial disconnect. It's the kind of play where one player might see a totally normal basketball move, while another perceives it completely differently. Ultimately, this escalates and culminates in Angel Reese exhibiting some intense, highly visible frustration right there on the court. The crowd reacted, the other players reacted, and the cameras instantly locked onto Angel Reese. Her body language essentially acted as the catalyst for the massive social media explosion that followed. The visual evidence being broadcast to millions of viewers communicated frustration, disbelief, anger, and honestly, perhaps most importantly, a really profound feeling that she wasn't getting the respect she believed she deserved in that moment. Section 5. Internet takes sides. The public reaction. Let's see how the world responded. You know, whenever a moment like this happens under such a bright spotlight, the fallout is instantaneous. Within minutes, the internet did exactly what the internet does best. People picked sides. One massive group of fans passionately defended Reese. A second, equally vocal group heavily criticized and condemned her reaction to the play. And then a third group took a step back, arguing that the entire situation was being heavily exaggerated simply because of the massive, pre-existing hype surrounding her rivalry with Clark. And this reaction highlights a fundamental truth about why this specific moment blew up. Angel Reese has never been the type of player to hide her emotions. She plays with emotion, she competes with emotion, and when she believes something isn't right, she makes absolutely sure people know it. That emotional transparency is exactly what makes her such a compelling star. But it's a double-edged sword for sure. It also makes her a prime target for criticism, where literally every facial expression can instantly become a meme.
Meanwhile, as the cameras kept rolling and the internet was having a total meltdown and debate over the sequence, Caitlin Clark just continued doing what she does best, playing basketball. Clark is already completely accustomed to what it means to be the most watched player in the sport. Every move she makes is analyzed, every mistake is magnified, and every highlight is turned into a viral video. Her stoic response to all this drama really just highlights how normalized this intense environment has become for her.
Section 6. Bigger than hoops, a macro perspective. Let's zoom out.
Because the reality is, this intense level of scrutiny, the debates over individual fouls, the viral reactions, it's not a glitch. It is a direct symptom of the WBA's unprecedented surge in popularity right now. Whenever Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark share the same basketball story, the attention level goes straight through the roof. This single game, with all of its drama, shows exactly why women's basketball has become one of the fastest-growing sports stories in America today. To anchor this emotional drama with some hard data, just consider this staggering number for a second. 2.70 million. That is the massive average viewership that a 2025 meeting between Clark and Reese pulled in on ABC. The numbers surrounding games involving these players repeatedly demonstrate just an extraordinary drawing power. Broadcasts featuring these stars are attracting some of the absolute largest audiences we've seen in a recent history. Looking ahead, 2026 FIFA games continue to rank among the league's most watched broadcasts. The rivalry, the contrasting styles, and yes, even the controversial moments we just broke down, every single foul, every debate, and every celebration, they are collectively fueling the ratings and elevating the entire league to a whole new stratosphere. Which leaves us with this final, incredibly provocative question to ponder. As you look at the explosive growth and the passionate debates we've explored today, is this intense, viral drama a distraction from the game of basketball? Or is it, in fact, the very engine that's propelling the WNBA to these historic heights? It's a truly fascinating dynamic to consider as we watch this story continue to unfold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep your eyes on the court.